So far, we have covered numeric and string types of values in PHP. The next value type is Boolean. A Boolean value is either true or false, nothing else. In PHP, this is represented in any of the following ways. In this first case, the words true and false are used. The next way to define a Boolean value is either as 1 or 0. These are binary references that the interpreter will understand. 1 is true and 0 is false. Finally, instead of actually declaring the variable as false with a 0, as we do here, if you leave it blank or empty, it will assume that that is false. Boolean values are used to change the flow of expressions, such as if statements or other conditional statements. We will cover those in a later chapter. Arrays are a bit more of a complex value. Arrays are actually a collection of other values. An array is like a box full of a mix of candy, keyboards, dogs, or anything else. Arrays are a very complex mechanism and a very powerful one. We will also cover arrays in a later chapter. The next type is an object. An object is a self-contained collection of code and data. They lie at the core of object-oriented programming, something we're not going to cover in this tutorial. The null data type is rarely used. It is utilized when there is a need to define a variable as containing no data at all. We do this by declaring a variable with the word null. No quotes and a semicolon at the end. That variable for all intents and purposes then exists, but with no value at all. You can accomplish the same thing by declaring the variable, but assigning no value at all. Finally, we have resource value types. This is a special value that is actually a reference to something that is external to your script, such as a database connection. The two places you will see reference values most often is when we are creating database connections or writing to an external file, both of which we cover in later detail further along in this training course. So now you should be familiar with the different types of values you can have in PHP. The most important ones to understand are numeric and string values, and in particular, how double quotes and single quotes play a part in declaring and evaluating these values.